One of the absolute truths that you must become conversant with and understand wholeheartedly is that the left right paradigm is an illusion. There is no such thing as left and right. There is no such thing as Democrats and Republicans. They're just in name only. These are just these nebulous and theoretical concepts and constructs to make you believe that there's actual choice, to make you believe that if you vote for one versus the other, that you have basically picked a particular political course of action that's diametrically opposed to the other. There is no such thing as the left right paradigm. Left and right, Democrats, Republicans, two sides of the same coin. This is axiomatic, absolutely a fact. Carol Quigley in Tragedy and Hope said this. The idea of having two parties is where every cycle or 4 years you get this move to throw the bums out, and you feel as though somehow you've changed something. You've changed the direction. You've changed the course of your political narrative by getting rid of the bums, when in fact the bums are identical to the other bums. And they're just replacing who's theoretically in charge. Washington in particular is the most corrupt, the most fetid, the most just this feculent, putrid cesspool. Not even a swamp. It's a stagnant, brackish, clogged sewer of nothing. And what you've been put through recently is this nonsense about, oh, is it going to be Kevin McCarthy or maybe it's going to be Jim Jordan? It's the same thing. Jim Jordan hasn't accomplished one thing yet. He puts on great theater. He puts on the great act, without the jacket, the rough and tumble guy. But here's the best part. And this is what you have to understand. This is the Uniparty. And Donald Trump has crushed it. Every time you think you have categorized or cataloged, I should say, everything he has done to change the face of American politics once and forever, you realize, no, they're not even close. You're not even close. He's on trial right now. You know who he's against? Both sides. I don't know who hates him more. I think the Republicans do. I think the Republicans do because what he does is he stands in the way. He points out their ineptitude. Everybody knows the Democrats aren't doing anything. Everybody knows the Democrats are just a waste of time. Everybody knows they're just nothing but basically doing nothing. Everybody knows this. We're aware of it. But more importantly, and this is also critical, more importantly, you have to understand something. What this is and what this represents and what this, in fact, actually presents to us is the exposure, pulling the lid off, pulling the lid away from this joke, this nonsense. Because let me tell you something. The only way that anything's going to change in this country is if somebody as boorish and brash and braggadocious and as shape-shifting as Donald Trump, only he is going to change this. Now, let me explain something. I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I am not a Donald Trump fan in terms of him as the person. I do have a number of Donald Trump memorabilia items that are part of my collection. But if there were somebody other than Trump, that would be fine too. But there isn't. And the thing about him is that he doesn't care. He is shape-shifting. He's an existential threat. He's the worst thing anybody's ever seen. That's why I love him, and he's crushing them. Think about this. He's got 4 major indictments, 91 charges, 47 federal, 44 state. You can't kill him. You can't stop him. Nothing works. He's leading. He is going to be the nominee. Do you grasp that? He's the nominee. They can't kill him. I shouldn't be using that term. That's a terrible term, but you know what I mean? Politically, he doesn't, nothing that he's ever done makes any sense. The world, the universe, the laws of nature and physics don't apply to him at all. It's like nothing I've ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, and I want you to listen to me and listen good. We have a uniparty. We have the left-right paradigm. We have, I call it the shadow government. We have not only this group of people, this supposed, bifurcated dualism. No. We have people, though, who represent a force, an evil force that's not elected, that's not accountable. It's not necessarily in Washington. It's global in part. It's predatory. These are the people who run the show. And the biggest threat that Donald Trump poses is to these people. They don't know what to do. They've never seen anything like it. They've never seen anything like it. So understand and recognize the fact that I hope the following situation happens. Number one, Donald Trump is a nominee. Number two, Bobby Kennedy comes in and announces as a libertarian. Number three, he pulls votes away from the Democratic legions, specifically that of Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom will be the nominee, guaranteed. And Bobby Kennedy will draw from him. How people say that Bobby Kennedy is going to draw from Trump, I don't know how that works. Theoretically, that might, I guess. I don't know. What Bobby Kennedy is basically doing is that he is the legit, the real, honest to God, I hate the word neo because whenever neoconservative, it's the opposite, neoliberal, it's the opposite. But he is the hybrid Democrat. And while people might not be able to, Democrats will say, I can't vote for Trump no matter what. I can't do it. Fine. I'll vote for Bobby instead. That's the way that works. They can't bring themselves to vote for Trump. You know how that is. They can't do it. Okay, fine. So what did they do instead? They vote for Bobby. Bobby's the guy. Bobby's the man. Bobby's our guy. Bobby is the feller. That's the one. I can deal with that. It's a hedge. I'll be able to handle that. That's what's happening. That's why it's critical. And Donald Trump is going to crush these people. Friends, thank you so much. Thank you for watching this. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And don't forget our great sponsor, our great sponsor, My Patriot Supplies. Go to preparewithlionel.com, preparewithlionel.com, and get an absolute, unbelievable 25% off a 3-month emergency food kit. This is a deal which I don't know. They don't tell me. It's not going to last forever. Do it now. Do it right now. Do it right now. As we begin the new, as we get into the winter, you know what that's going to mean? El Nino and all kinds of problems. They're already telling you about that. Preparewithlionel.com. Emergency food. Nothing like it. 3-month emergency food kit order. 25% off. Preparewithlionel.com. And also, if you happen to be one of those people who can never bring yourself to voting for Trump, I understand. I understand brainwashing. I understand mind control. I understand this. But let me tell you something. The Democratic Party and the Uniparty are here to do one thing, to destroy our sovereignty. They have not lifted a finger. And what they are doing, put it this way, the people like Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan, they sound terrific, don't they? They know all of the lines. What do they actually do? Nothing. They've accomplished absolutely nothing. And you know who will accomplish something? Donald Trump. And that's why they despise him. That's why he poses an existential threat to the bad guys. Okay? Thanks for watching. Now comment as you see fit.